What's up, guys? JP back at you once again, bringing you guys episode number 12 in my 2017 Shelf by Shelf series. This is a series in which I show you guys everything in my collection, talk about each title a little bit. You can catch this series every Monday and Friday. And with that said, let's roll on into part number 12. So where did we leave off? I believe we left off right here with Gangs of the Dead. I haven't seen this film, but it seemed like kind of hood horror, and I'm a fan of hood horror, so I picked it up, even though not a lot of hood horror is actually good, besides a handful of titles. I just like it. After that, we have Ghostbusters 1 and 2. I like these movies. I'm not a huge fan like everybody else. Like some people look at these movies like they're just the best thing that came out of the 80s. I just kind of like them. That's about it. They're kind of cool. I've never been a huge Bill Murray fan. Even though, like, I know people love Bill Murray, I've just never been a huge Bill Murray fan. I do think he's funny and talented, but just not my go-to guy. After that, we have Ghosts of Mars, and I actually do love Ghosts of Mars. I know what everybody's saying, like, Jesus Christ, dude, you hate Bill Murray, you hate Ghostbusters, but you like freaking Ghosts of Mars. And yeah, I do, man. I hate admitting this, but when this movie came out, I watched it home alone, late at night, after renting it, and it actually creeped me out. Like, it actually freaked me out, man. I don't know. And I haven't revisited it in years, but I remember really digging it. I like the story, I like the concept, I like Ice Cube. After that, we have Ghost Ship in the snapper case here, and we got the lenticular ghost cover. This thing is old, man. This is an old DVD. Bought this for the 2002 show preparation, and it's not a good movie. It peaks in the opening, and I don't know. I thought I would like it, but I didn't. Ghoulies 1 and 2. Ghoulies 1, I always think that I like it, and then I watch it. You know, and this dates back to the VHS days, where I was like, I would always rent Ghoulies, and then I would just be like, I thought I liked this. But it's always Ghoulies 2 that I actually like. Ghoulies 2 is a lot of fun, and it's actually a pretty well made little monster movie. Like, I love Ghoulies 2. Ghoulies 1, not so much. And then we have Ghoulies 4 here, which is pretty bad, but I didn't hate it, honestly. I really did. Then we have Ginger Snaps, which I absolutely love. It's my favorite werewolf film of all time. Catherine Isabelle, Emily Perkins, just a great movie. I love the metaphor with the menstrual cycle and the cycle of the werewolf. It's just good stuff. It's so cool. After that, we have Ginger Snaps 2 Unleashed, which I haven't watched in so many years. I watched the first, second, and third back to back to back on TV back when they were on like IFC or something, and I haven't watched the sequels since then. After that, we have Ginger Dead Man 2, The Passion of the Christ. I don't own the first or third Ginger Dead Man. There might even be another one, Ginger Dead Man versus Evil Bong or something. But I do have the second one, The Passion of the Christ. I love that title. It's so awesome. After that, we have The Girl Next Door, which is an absolutely dreadful film to watch. It is really good, but it is a tough sit-through, guys. It is a rough watch. After that, we have Girls' Night Out. Don't remember a whole lot about this. This is a slasher film. Mood sent me this years ago. I did watch it, but I don't remember anything. It's probably time for a rewatch. After that, we have Glass Trap. Don't know much about this. This is actually one of the few films that I bought twice. I gave my other copy to somebody else, but I've bought this movie twice by mistake, not knowing that I had a copy. After that, we have Godzilla. And Godzilla is classic. This is a great movie. If you're not sure about Godzilla, at least watch the first one, because it's dark and it's scary and it's really good. And then King Kong versus Godzilla, which I believe it is the second Godzilla. Not really. I didn't really love it too much, honestly. I think that's actually the third Godzilla, honestly. The second Godzilla is Godzilla Raids Again. And this one was pretty cool too. It was a okay follow-up to the original Godzilla. Not too bad, still in black and white. It's decent. Not my favorite thing in the world, but it's decent. And then we get to the goddamn moth, which I hate the moth, guys. Anybody who knows me knows I hate this fucking thing. I hate the moth. It's just not good. I don't like it. These two were dark, and then this one just gets completely ridiculous. I didn't even mention King Kong, but yeah, I did. Yeah, King Kong versus Godzilla, that one's not too great. Yeah, I just don't like the Moth character, dude, at all. Mothra, whatever, I don't care. Then we have Terror of Mechagodzilla. I think Derek might have hooked me up with this one, or I might have bought it. I can't really remember. But this one is... I haven't watched this one yet because I was trying to watch them in order, and I don't know what number that is. And then we have Godzilla and Mothra, The Battle for Earth, which I don't think I'm going to be watching that anytime soon. Godzilla versus King Ghidorah, and Godzilla, Mothra, and King Ghidorah, Giant Monsters All Out Attack, which I think that I've actually seen that one, or I can't remember, dude. There's so many of those movies. After that, we have Going to Pieces, The Rise and Fall of a Slasher Film. This is actually a really solid little doc, just talking about slasher films. I remember, what's crazy is it puts things in perspective. I remember when this came out, I watched it, and there was so many movies, or at least, like, I didn't see anything besides, like, the main slashers that they were talking about, and now I've seen everything in this damn thing, I think. After that, we have Stephen King's Golden Years. I don't know anything about this, but I've had it in the collection for a little while, and I'll watch it eventually, but just never got to it. After that, we have A Good Marriage, which I have read the book to this, and it's pretty damn good. It was on Full Dark No Stars, which is one of the few Stephen King books I actually bought and read, and I loved it. There's a story in there called, like, 1921, which I absolutely loved. I hear it's being adapted for Netflix. So cool, but I haven't watched this. After that, we have One Lone Goosebumps, and it's The Werewolf of Fever Swamp. Yeah, whatever. Oops, shit. I like Goosebumps, but one episode is bull. Then we have Grabbers. I have seen this film. It's actually pretty solid. It's like a creature feature along the lines of Tremors, but set it in Ireland with a bunch of drunks, and the weakness to the monsters being alcohol, or when people get drunk, the monsters won't eat them because they're toxic, and you have a pretty fun and entertaining movie. After that, we have Graveyard Shift. I absolutely love Graveyard Shift. It is a fantastic Stephen King adaptation. It's one of my favorites. I don't know why. I've always liked this, and I even really like the short story, which I recently read for the first time. It's very similar, but there's a few key differences. This is a great movie. I really like Graveyard Shift. Then we have Gremlins, which is a classic. I love me some Gremlins. It's one of my favorite Christmas movies of all time. Try to watch it every Christmas because it's one that I grew up watching and I love it. And finally, for this part, guys, we have Gremlins 2: The New Batch, which last time I watched it, I didn't like it so much, but as a kid, I used to borrow this or rent this all the time, and I loved it back then, and last time I watched it, I just thought it was alright. So, that's it for this part, guys. I see you in part number 13.